Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we are going to be doing a review on what looks like is going to be a very cool little thing. And I'm very excited about this. I haven't done an AliExpress review in a while. So, for those of you who are familiar with Game Boys, this looks very similar to the DMG box art from a Japanese Game Boy DMG when it was first released. This kind of silver with the blue text and this kind of blueprint style picture on the front here. It looks really cool. It's called the Game Mini GB, which is somewhat of an indication, obviously, as to what this is implying to kind of emulate slightly. So although that's a different meaning in computer and gaming terms, but yeah, so on the front of the box it has made in China and then a CE standard, which I believe is the European quality control type thing. On the bottom it has, I guess, is the color sticker, and it says digital games console. The console is slim, portable and trendy. Digital multi-platform device, can play on TV. The backlight function of the screen ensures players can play everywhere, which is actually very incredible of them to actually note that, because obviously the original DMG does not have a backlight, so it's difficult to play quote-unquote everywhere. With powerful rechargeable battery pack, includes an AC adapter and a lithium-ion rechargeable battery, 2 to 3 hours of continuous gameplay. So they're giving you some very specific details here. I should mention as well, this was around about the $10 mark, so quite impressive so far. So it gives you a diagram of the device and then tells you what each of the things are. You can kind of see that there, hopefully. And then on the bottom, interestingly enough, it comes with a controller. So you can plug it into the actual console and then into the TV, and then shows you how to do that. And it says connect controller to connect the controller to the controller label to the mini USB socket of the game console to control the games with your controller. And then there's some more little details on the bottom. Extend TV. I thought that said arse for a minute, but it just says use AV label to connect the game console and TV. So it's quite difficult to read through a viewfinder. And then it says that it includes game host, video line, power line, controller, which for some reason seems to be a sticker. I wonder what it said initially underneath that. Oh, it said battery. Okay, so underneath controller it said battery. That's kind of funny. And then it says cell, which looks immediately like the Nokia clone. And then it says packing box. So they've actually given you like a digital print there. So that's enough waffle then. That's pretty much the entire box. Let's see what is inside. I'm really impressed so far. I haven't seen what the inside looks like other than on the pictures. So it looks like we open it this way and bang. Wow, okay, so immediately it looks very similar to the BitBoy, which is a little bit upsetting, if I'm going to be honest. But it looks like it has a bigger D-pad, bigger buttons. I'm not going to press them just yet, and start and select. And then the screen lens is very similar to that of an original DMG, which is quite cool. Obviously these buttons, they actually feel great. They feel really great. And then we've got the mini USB they were talking about before, which is, I assume, what is this god-awful looking mini Famicom controller is going to connect to, which is a really interesting way of connecting it. The TV out, a fake game cartridge type thing on the top, which the BitBoy didn't come with. A actual game console like power switch, which is really cool, like a mini Game Boy one. And then a reset button, and it's labelled at the top there, reset. And on and off. So that's quite nice. Okay, and then in the rest of the box we have the charging cable, so it's also charged through that port as well, which I think is quite clever. And then the AV out. We never really bother using and trying these things, but obviously in today's video, because this has an extra functionality, we'll have to give that a try. So let's go ahead and have a look at it. Bear in mind, the BitBoy, it was a console that cost around about like $40. The price has come down now, but this costs $10 and looks a lot more comfy than the BitBoy itself. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Oh no. So it's the exact same. pretty much the exact same as what we're used to seeing, which is a little bit disappointing. I guess I don't really know what I was expecting, to be honest. The quality of the screen, though, I should note, looks so high. I don't know if you can see that there, but the quality of the screen looks brilliant. So that looks like there's 132 in one, apparently. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn that down. We'll find a game that we're all familiar with and give it a little go. Looks like there is actually a great selection of games. This doesn't seem to be an immediate copy of the BitBoy, which is actually really relieving. Mario Bros is on the back there. This is the old Mario Bros version. Super silky smooth. Wow, that is incredibly surprising. Very responsive. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the reset button, and what we'll do is we'll give the a more common game a go, which is Super Mario Bros, just a regular Super Mario Bros. So it has actually got the Super Mario Bros branding, which is something that they sometimes cut off for copyright reasons, I imagine. And if I just go ahead and focus that in there, it seems to play absolutely fine. There seems to be some weird screen thing going on with my camera, but I'm not getting that in real life. It sounds a bit sped up. But it plays incredibly smooth. And it's very responsive. It definitely sounds sped up though. Okay, sounds a little bit sped up, which is a little bit worrying. I think what we're going to do now is plug in this controller. I'm not really sure why you would want this, because if I'm honest, usually this is like kind of done for portability, and having to bring this around seems a little bit weird. But potentially it's so that you can play like 2-player games, or it is really just so you can plug it into the TV and use it as a controller. So nothing's actually working at the moment. This acts as a second player controller only. Oh, there goes that's probably broken. Although it's labelled as player 1, which is a little bit of a lie, because this is just player 2. So you have to play with this when playing player 1, and obviously it's sped up Mario, nothing impressive. And then when you want to play player 2, then you actually have like console functionality, and it actually feels pretty good. You know, you're playing Super Mario Bros on this on your screen with a controller, but obviously it only works as player 2, which is incredibly pointless, because that's kind of the whole point of having a controller, right? So that you can play on your TV and not have to use the device itself. Otherwise, what's the point of playing on your TV? It's just lower quality and slightly more painful to look at. In conclusion, it looks fantastic. You definitely get a lot of fun out of it. It's really difficult to keep these videos short, yet actually talk about this completely. So if there's any questions that you have, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try and answer it. You know, visually it looks absolutely beautiful. That's really why it attracted my attention. It just looked like something that was going to be good. As you can see, it is a Nokia clone battery, so you can replace them if you want. It does look amazing. You know, you're going to get people asking you what it is that you're playing with. It's really small and pocketable. It's cheap. It's about the same price as if you were to buy, like, I don't know, a copy of Tetris or something for the Game Boy. And yeah, you have 130 games, which are probably quite good and look good on the screen. The buttons feel very comfortable. You know, they're not too spongy, yet they're not too hard. The D-pad's nice and comfortable. I think the best thing to do for all of us is to forget that this actually exists, and just pretend that that doesn't come with it. In fact, I'd immediately throw this out. Just the fact that that cable comes out of the side is quite possibly one of the worst designs I've ever seen ever. So I hope this has been a very intellectual and intelligent first look at the Game Mini GB. Let me know what you think of it, and catch you in the next video. Peace.